Hi students, today we are ready to discuss third unit, lesson number 1. The topic is Human Resources Management. Before going to know the deeper details of the Human Resources Management, first of all, we should try to know what is the meaning of a Human Resources Management. It is a continuous process and one of the branch in management. The basic aim of human resources management is how to maintain the peoples in an organization to attainment of a common goal or objective. That is, how to recruitment of the persons into the organizations, how to train them and how to satisfy them towards their given job. This is the background of human resources management. That is, human resources management is the process of recruiting, selecting, inducting employees towards providing orientation, imparting training and development, appraising the performance of the employee, deciding the compensation, providing for motivating the employees, maintaining proper relations with employees and their trade unions, ensuring employee safety, welfare and health measures in compliance with the labor laws. Simply, it is the process of how to maintain the people in an organization by employing people, training them and compensating them. That means the total subject of how to maintain the peoples and how to train them and how to provide the compensation, including better salary and amenities. Let us go to know the definition of HRM. According to the National Institute of Personnel Management, NIPM, as that it is a part of management which is concerned with people at work and with their relationship with an enterprise. Its aims is to bring together and develop into an effective organization of the men and women who make up an enterprise and having regard for the well-being of individuals and of working groups to enable them to make their best contribution to it. Let us go to scope or nature of HRM. HRM is having a certain characteristics for development of human power in your organization. Let us go to see one after another. First one is human resources planning. Human resources planning is a process by which the company to identify the number of vacancies, whether the company has excess staff or shortage of staff has been identified. What is the real position of the manpower in an organization was identified. Second nature is job analysis design. Another important area of HRM is job analysis. Job analysis gives a detailed explanation about each and every job in the company. Based on this job analysis, the company or enterprise prepare advertisements. That means detailed explanation regarding to requirement, regarding to level of manpower, skilled, semi-skilled, unskilled, etc. Next nature, recruitment and selection. Based on the vacancies and job analysis, the company prepares advertisements in newspapers or any other print and electronic media. The number of compliances were received, interviews are conducted and the right employee is selected. Recruitment and selection. Whenever you have taken a biodata, then they will be goes to call for interviews and written tests, then they will be goes to given a appropriate appointment order. Next nature is orientation and induction. Whenever we have selected and given appointment order, next he will be goes to go for orientation. That means a training program and a development programs will be goes to conducted. Once employee has been selected, an induction or orientation program is conducted. The employee are informed about the background of the company. They are told about the organizational culture. Next, training and development. Training program is also conducted for existing of employee have a lot of experience. This is called refresher training. Training and development is one of the area where the company spends a huge amount according to the need of the organization. Training class of the training and job training classes to be conducted. Next nature is performance appraisal. That means identification of merit rate of employee is also another nature or scope of the HRM. HR department checks the performance of the employee based on these appraisal. Future promotions, incentives, increments in salary are decided according to the merit rate. The promotions and demotions to be adopted by the company or enterprise. Let us go to another area in the same location. HRM is objectives or importance of HRM. Already I said objectives. If you want to go to write the objectives, you will go to add the one word before the each side heading, that is TO2. If it is importance or purpose, need not be added. Simply write the side heading as usual. The first importance or purpose of HRM is effective utilization of resources. Resources in the sense human resources. That means how to use the skilled resources, semi-skilled resources, unskilled resources, how to utilize them effectively with the formulation of required objectives and policies. That is, HRM teach how to utilize human and non-human resources so that the goal can be achieved. Organization aiming to utilize their resources effectively to formulate required objectives and policies. At what extent the human power to be utilized? This is a one matter of HRM. The second purpose is organizational structure. Organizational structures means interpersonal relationship among the peoples. That means among the workers, between the employee and employer, employee and employee. This can be established with HRM. Structure is the working relationship between employees and management. That is positions, rights and duties, accountability, responsibility, other working relations to be established by the HRM. Next purpose or importance is development of human resources. How to develop the human resources? That means updating of knowledge, updating of some skill. That means extension of skill, know the new things. It can be provided by the HRM. HRM provides a favorable environment so that people working in organization can work creatively. This ultimately helps them to develop their creative knowledge, ability and skill. That means new things to be supplied or new things to be provided to the employees to develop their intellectual qualities and skill. Next purpose is respect for human beings. Yes, HRM can also give the respect for the individuals. That means dignity of labor to be maintained by the HRM. It is to provide a respectable environment for each employee with required means and facilities employee along with an appropriate respect, otherwise create organizational crisis. At what extent we will go to provide the respect? This can be provided by the HRM. Next purpose, goal harmony. Bridges the gap between individual goal and organizational goal. Why? Because organization goal is a common goal. Against each and every employee is having his own goal. Is called his individual goal, individual aspiration. These two can be matched. Harmony means matched. Otherwise, we are not able to get the common goal. Hence, a proper match between the individual goal and organizational goal, which will be conducted or provided by the HRM. Next purpose, employee satisfaction. Yes, employee satisfaction is very much important if employee works a long period in your organization or to work with a full satisfaction. HRM provides employee satisfaction. That is a series of facilities and opportunities to employees for their career development. This leads to job satisfaction or commitment. Opportunities and facilities provided by management which gives a commitment and working for a long period in the same organization. Likewise, objectives to nature or importance. This subject can also suffering with some criticisms. Criticisms means limitations. Limitations means disadvantages. The first one is recent origin. This is a recent origin. Why? Because it is one of the branch in management. There is no clear aspirations, clear understandings in a particular labor laws, labor locations. So it is not able to cover all the labor laws and labor aspirations. That is, lacks a universally approved academic base. Different people try to define the term differently. Some thinkers consider it has a new name to personal management. Already personal management is there. This is a new name for the personal management. So there are universally different approved thoughts are there while using the HRM. The second limitation is lack of support of top management. HRM is a expensive process. It requires some additional manpower. The top management is not ready to provide some extension of expenses. So, lack of support from the top management. The passive attitude at the top, this work is handled by personal management people. Unless change in approach and attitude of top management, nothing remarkable will happen. So, top management is not able to spend more or extra money to development of the HRM. Next criticism is improper actualization. The actuality is some extent of low. Why? Because HRM is always giving the importance for the job satisfaction of the employees, how to utilize them and how to provide the welfare and safety activities. Practically, it is not at all possible. HRM implemented partially training and development requirements of the employee. The aspirations and needs of people improperly taken into account. The next criticism or limitation is inadequate development programs. There are a set of programs which will be conducted by the HRM to promote and utilizing the employees in an organization. These are all not at all suitable for all the employees and all the organizations. HRM programs such as career planning, on the job training, development programs, etc. are really confined to classroom teachers. It is not a practical approach. It is only classic classroom and a theoretical approach. It is not at all useful for a practical approach. Next one, inadequate information. The information provided by the HRM is not at all used for the all size of organizations. Some organizations are not at all follow the HRM techniques, HRM benefits. So, inadequate information is provided by the organization with the absence of efficient personal managers. Some enterprises do not have requisite information about their employees. In the absence of inadequate information and database, this system cannot be properly implemented. So, need to collect, store and retrieval information is not the actual HRM program. It is only development and usage and optimum creativity of the manpower. But data gathering is not the area of the HRM which leads to inadequate information. Let us go to another area. This area is not relating to above HRM. This is a separate. That is human resources development. It is a separate question. Yes, meaning is itself. Development means development of the knowledge, development of the skill of the employees. That means how to meet the present and future challenges by the employee. It is only possible when the organization provided some extra training and programs and developments for updating of knowledge and skill of the employees is known as development of HRM or human resources development. That is, it is a learning experience which is a series of organized activities conducted within a specialized time. It is designed to produce behavioral changes for across and increasing knowledge, capabilities and positive work attitude of all people working at all levels in a business understanding. That means to design and promote the behavioral changes. That means how to increase the knowledge, how to development of the intellectual capabilities, how to development of a positive work aspiration. These are all are included in the mean of HRD. Simply, HRD is the training and development provided by an organization to increase the employee knowledge, skill, education and abilities. Finally, updating of skill and knowledge to meet the present and future challenges is known as HRD. It is a learning experience, always learning, go for learning, go learning for new things. This is known as HRD. Here also we will go to study the important location. This location is repeated in the examination, that is objectives / steps / merits of HRD. All are having a same answer. Let us go to merits of HRD. First one is employee career development. Career development means future aspiration. How to develop and how to promote the employee knowledge and skill to development of his career with respect to knowledge, with respect to compensation, with respect to salary, with respect to position. If there is no better knowledge or additional knowledge, there is no increment or there is no promotion in the organization. That is called employee career development. It enables the training and growth of employees within the organization to fulfill in the gaps created by emerging technologies through talent pool to fill these positions. That means identify the talent. That means enhancement of the intellectual qualities with providing certain programs, certain seminars, certain orientation schemes is called employee career development. Second merit is tuition assistance. Yes, new things. Learning is a expensive or it is a degree or course oriented process. Company or enterprise to provide the tuition assistance, provide the tuition fees to learning new things. Go for new degree programs or go for training seminars. Go attend for conferences. Go for certificate courses, continuing educational programs. This is also one of the merit which is provided by the HRD. Next merit is succession planning. That means where you are creating a one plan in your organization. Plan means future course of action. The plan can be success with the help of to provide the new things according to the plan to the employees. The employees' intellectual and capabilities to be equalized with a plan. Here it is a new plan or existing plan. Then it will goes to plan will be success, which involves identification and development of new leaders to replace old leaders with the leave. That is called succession planning with respect to present and future. Next merit, adaptability. That means a continuous training and development programs which create the better adaptability learning things in the organization. Continuous training that develops the professional skill of the employee can help to them adapt themselves to organization change. That means updating of changes, the employee skill and knowledge can also change. This is called adaptability. Next merit is mentoring. Mentoring occurs when an experienced person assists another. That means one knowledgeable person will be close to supported or encouraged to another. This is only happen with the help of the HRD development programs. That means a better knowledgeable persons to provide some training to the employees, giving a lectures to the employees to promote them intellectual qualities or learning them new things. Those things are explained by the expert, is called mentoring. Coaching. That means a better coaching to be happen with respect to a time duration, with respect to a coach support. like a cricket coach. A coach is provided a training, provided some guidelines for success of the cricket match. Like that, here also a HRD development manager can provide some guidelines how to promote the intellectual qualities and how to learn new things by the employees. A form of development in which a coach supports a learner. The coach tries to get the learner to achieve a specific goal. Let us go to new area. This area is not relating to above two. Personal management. It is also one of the branch in management. It is a branch in the beginning of the manpower planning. Personal management can also be defined as what the field of management which is concerned with the planning, organizing, directing and controlling various operative functions such as operative functions of human beings such as recruitment, development, maintenance and utilization of the labor force to make their maximum personal contribution in the effective working. This is a narrow approach. This is only concentration on how to procurement of the individuals and how to maximum utilization them for the getting of the objective. That is, employing sufficient number of workers but also satisfying their needs. He has considered the supply of a workforce and meeting their requirements. That means here one extension is also taken into consideration. That is procurement, maintenance and satisfying of their needs is also one of the part of personal management. It is a fundamental basic branch in manpower planning. Then afterwards HRM, HRD was developed. Here also we will go to know the some objectives of personal management. Objectives means it is also called importance or merits. First one, maximum individual development. That means how to utilization of the peoples with a maximum extent. Yes, it is the one of the aim of personal management. Selection of right type and the number of persons required to the organization. Who is ready to recruit, who is very needed to the organization is called right selection. This can be happened by the PM. Proper orientation and induction of new employees to the organization and their job. That means orientation of new employees or sometimes existing employees is also conducting some other induction programs by the PM for the sake of better doing of job. The desirable working relationship between employer and employee. That means better relations to be required. Otherwise, disputes to be raised. This can be maintained by the PM. Suitable training facilities for better job performance and to prepare the man to accept the challenges of the higher job. That means training facilities. Training facilities with the need of the worker according to his skill, qualification and experience. Provisions of better working conditions and other facilities such as medical facilities can also provided by the PM. Why? Because they want to work with a full satisfaction for a long period. These are very much important, particularly working conditions and medical facilities. To give a good impression to the man who is living from the organization. Whenever a person is leave from the organization due to personal problems or any other problems, then he will be goes to make a better impression on the organization. This is a advertisement for the newcomers to the organization. Let us go to new area. This area is not relating to above three. Above three means first one is HRM, second one is HRD, third one is personal management. Now it is a separate area, that is industrial relations. Meaning is itself relations between the employee and employer. Otherwise, already we said in the above explanation, if there is no better relations from the employer and employer, disputes to be raised. The industrial peace is not able to possible, which leads to strikes and lockouts. Strikes and lockouts are very much harmful for the development of the organization. This can be minimized through introduce the industrial relations technique or procedure. That is, the relation of individual groups of employee and employer for engaging themselves in a way to maximize the industrial activities and peace. In the words of Lester, industrial relations involve attempts at arriving at solutions between the conflicting objectives and values, between the profit motive and social gain, between the discipline and freedom, between the authority and individual democracy, between bargaining and cooperation, and between conflicting interests of the individual and the group and the community. So these are the some relations between any two. We will be goes to maintain the industrial relations. Already I said here between profit motive and social gain. The organization is always trying to increase the profit. They are not able to give the importance of the social gain. Social gain in the sense, employees are asking some social aspects, social profits between authority and industrial democracy, like that. To maintain some better relation between these two contexts, industrial relations are required. Here also to know the objectives, purpose or merits, role of industrial relations, all are same. First one, to develop and progress of industry through democratic fashion. That means a democratic principles to be applied in an organization which leads to development of progress of industrial peace and industrial development. To safeguard the interest of both workers and management. Yes, it is very much required if you want to go to get the qualitative and qualitative service from the workers. That means safeguard the interest of owners and employees. This can be possible with maintaining the industrial relations. To help in establishing and maintaining industrial democracy, that means the employees work with a free atmosphere, take their own decisions, initiative mentality is called industrial democracy. It can be established by industrial relations. To provide an environment of cooperation and coordination, that means there is no any harassment, there is no any dictatorship. Cooperation and coordination, where cooperation, where sharing the policies. Coordination, which will help of making of group spirit, are required development by the industrial relation. To eliminate the unfair labor practices, that means cheating, misleading of the laborers, over and under salary payment. This is called labor unfair practices. These are eliminated or minimized. To control discipline and raise morale of the employees. Discipline is very much important. How to work in an organization, which can be learned or explained by the industrial relations. Morale of the employee, that means I want to work a long period in the organization. This type of aspiration is called morale. To raise the economic status of employees, to provide appropriate remuneration, appropriate incentives which gives to economic status, economic position increases, then the laborers are very much happy. There is another question in the examination point of view is difference between personal management and IR. IR means industrial relations. Here we will go to explain with side headings. Yes. There are 13 side headings, each side heading consisting of 4 lines explanation as a base of our teaching principle. Let us go to explain the differences between personal management and IR, difference between personal management and industrial relations, distinguish between personal management and industrial relations. The first side heading, basic approach. The basic approach is establish employee recruitment and selection system for hiring the best possible employee consistent with the organization needs. This is called basic approach. While at the same time, in basic approach in industrial relations is ensures a smooth flow of business operations by safeguarding the interest of employee and employers for industrial peace in the organization. This is called a basic approach. Second, side heading, objective. Maximize the potential of each employee in order to both to attain the organization goals and ensure individual career growth and personal dignity. While at the same time, objective of industrial relation is increase the morale, promotes the economic growth and development based on the performance of the employees and good relationship of the employers. Third side heading, operation function. The operation function of the personal function is depending on the broad strategy, policies and structure of the organization. The organization function in the view of industrial relation is coordinating a function depends on employee and employer understandings on the executive activities with contracts realizations among them. Fourth side heading, teamwork. Effective personal management creates strong bonds between the work and the employee. The teamwork in the view of industrial relation is effective industrial relations create strong bonds between the employee and employer for smooth operations. Fifth side heading, engaging pattern. Engaging themselves in a way to maximize the productive activities. Here, engaging pattern is in a way to maximize the personal contribution. Here, maximize the productive activities. Here, maximize the personal contribution. Like this, you will be forced to take the some other side headings to explain each side heading with four lines. Let us go to another question. This question is not relating to above. Some question is coming like this. Difference between HRM and HRD. Same. We will go to explain, make some side headings. Accordingly, you will go to explain 4 lines. Left hand side, human resources management, and right hand side, human resources development. The first one, HRM is mainly maintenance oriented. That means how to maintain the people in the organization to attainment of a common goal. HRD is development oriented. That means it is learning experience, updating of knowledge to see the present and future changes in the business field. Second one, organization structure in case of human resources management is independent. That means the relationship will be happened among the people in the organization at independent. Whereas human resource development, HRD creates a structure with its interdependent and interrelated. There is no independent here. This is interdependent. One relation depending on others. In HRM, it is only depending one person. Third one, HRM mainly aims to improve the efficiency of the employees. That means how to do the work with more effectively, without any problem, without any doubt. This is the aim of HRM. HRD aims development of the employee as well as organization to meet the future challenges, to updating of future goals, to updating of competition. Next one, HRM motivate the employees by giving monetary incentives, rewards. HRD trusts on motivating the people by satisfying higher order needs. That means here only incentives. That means bonus has given by HRM or rewards or some awards, cash awards as announced by the HRM to motivate the employees. Whereas in HRD, motivate the employees by giving the higher order needs, that means workers' participation in management, provide some better designations, etc. Next, objective of social, organizational, functional and personal objectives and employee relations. These are the 3 objectives are taken into consideration. Objectives of career planning, talent management, motivation, stress management, work-life balance, TQM. These are the objectives. HRM is an objective of social aspiration, organizational aspiration, functional aspiration, personal aspiration and employee relations. But HRD is having a objective of career planning, that means future, talent management, updating, motivation, that means more position, higher position, stress management, that means how to decrease the stress to learning of new things. Work-life balance, that means present and past will be goes to balance. TQM, total quality management. Next reference, activities of human resources planning is staffing, training and development, performance appraisal and compensation. The activities of HRD is coaching, counseling, mentoring, mapping of performance, job enrichment, career enhancement and need analysis. These are the some differences. Whereas the activities are only here how to maintain the people's in organization is the concept of HRM. Here the concept of HRD is coaching, that means go for new, counseling, that means adopt new things, mentoring, that means one superior to be allotted to increase your subordinate knowledge, mapping performance, what is the real performance now, how to updating, job enrichment, job encouragement, career enhancement, go for a upper stage, need analysis, what is the need in the future which will go to prepare the individuals by the HRD. Thank you.